Minecraft is a virtual world that enables the players to build construction out of textured cubes in the 3D world. Basically, is like playing with online Legos. Other activities in the game include exploration, resource gathering, crafting, and combat. There's multiple gameplay modes where you can do survival mode, which is where you have to acquire the resources to build the world and maintain health. There's a creative mode where players have unlimited sources to build and the ability to fly, and an adventure mode where players can play custom maps created by other players. And then there's a spectator mode where players can fly around and clip through the blocks but cannot destroy or place any. The game has a one-time cost of $26.95 that is for life. There is no real specialized knowledge that is needed for the participation because the world is based on the player's imagination. However, because it can be difficult at first to get the hang of it, the internet being the lovely place it is, has created web pages that will help with things to do and not to do for survival for the new players wanting to try it out, though the best way to become better at the game is by making mistakes and learning from them, just like in life. The extensive knowledge for this game is simply that the player is making their own world and can control it the way they wish. Each player will experience something different based on the world they have created. Each person will need the basic knowledge of how to access online and the internet, or an Xbox or a PlayStation, or just any gaming console of that sort. The knowledge is dispersed based on more one works on it. It is up to the individual person to learn the best way to survive or create their own territory. Though the player can reach out and interact with others for help, it really comes down to the individual player to take control of their land and space. The entire game is a learning tool for experience. For each world the player builds, and whatever mode they choose is based on the experience they have gained from the previous one. The game is to allow the players to be as creative as they wish, and they will learn more each time they build and play. The forms of participation in this game are pretty casual, as it is a way for players to play how they feel. When in the creative mode, it is a way for the players to just have fun and create a world to live in. However, if they are in a survival mode or playing with others, it could have a more intense feel. I say this because the more they interact with others and try to survive, they will gain more understanding of the world and the best ways to live and play in it. The different genres of participation that exist in this world are depending on the mood and how many players. One can either do single or multiplayer, survival or creative mode, and peaceful, or like easy, normal, hard level. Depending on the option the player selects, it is the kind of participation they will get. If they choose the multiplayer mode, then they live and play and hang out with others that are on a server, but by choosing survival, they also have to fight to stay alive, allowing the game to become more of a time for geeking out among other players and yourself. There is no real hierarchy or social status in this game. One can only gain experience through killing monsters or mining certain minerals. One can also get an enchanting room and enchant objects once they get so far with their experience. There is also no real form of leadership in this game. However, one can create a world in a group party and be considered the leader, but it is still their world. Overall, everyone is pretty much the same playing field, but in a group setting, people can personally appoint different people to be in different roles if they choose to, but it is not required. When in the creative world, you are your own leader and must take charge of all of it through the end. Minecraft is the type of affinity space that allows people to share and communicate their knowledge and passion. I believe people do this because it allows different people from all over the world to join together with a common interest, because this game covers all different age groups and allows different people to bond that probably would not at any other time. By bringing these different people together with a common interest, it opens the door to more acceptance of people. It lets people learn from one another and creates relationships with other kinds of people. Technology and media is leveraged in the affinity space by most kids telling other kids about it. Because it is so popular between the same age groups, most kids are constantly talking and playing it, which intrigues the other kids around them. Minecraft itself has never really advertised, but by everyone constantly talking about it that has played it, it really is what got it sold in the first place. This kind of game brings in the idea of creativity to the classroom. It will allow students of all backgrounds to think outside the box and work together to survive, if in the survival mode of the game, or work together to build a space that they believe is best. By bringing in a game like this into the classroom, it could really expand the thought processes of the students. This game will also allow the students to remain on the same playing field for everything they do. Though competition is good for students, this is a way to keep everyone at an equal playing field.